A major role is to ensure that the service coverage and ICT adoption are well empowered within the whole community in Malaysia. They have 7 strategic trust areas, namely infrastructure, content, digital services, enabling platforms, network security, talent, and ASEAN. For the ASEAN region, they're working on this ASEAN Smart Community project. And at the same time, they also have a few KPIs to be achieved by 2020. For example, one of their most important KPI is to ensure 95% of the Malaysian population have an access to the broadband. Currently, it is almost 78%. And other KPIs is to ensure that internet data transfer speed is 100 megabits per second in urban areas and 20 megabits per second in 50% of the suburban or rural area. In line with their trust areas and also their KPIs, they have MCMC has established smart community concept. Okay, and here one of the main concept or idea behind this project is to ensure the community's participation. And one of the objectives outlined here was the need to change and improve the community to the use of ICT applications. And the Smart Community Initiative is a combination of existing and new programs developed in line with smart communities in the ASEAN context. And to this end, Malaysia, via MCMC, has started to build smart community ecosystems at the district level. Okay, so the concept is to bring ICT ecosystem to the smallest geographical unit. In this case, is district levels. We try to implement smart community at the district level, and we add it to the building blocks. And when we have many districts, in this smart community framework, it forms a state, and many states become a smart nation. And of course, in the ASEAN context, the states, become a smart ASEAN. And the specific objectives of this smart community are to improve the quality of life through ICT, to empower the community in raising their competitiveness regionally and globally, to realize the benefits of using ICT for productivity, and to generate creativity and innovation culture among the community. And here in this smart community, our focus or our interest is basically more in the rural community, because these are the unserved or underserved areas. So they need a helping hand, especially in upgrading or elevating their socio-economic status. In a short while, I'm going to show you the Kemaman district, okay? And Kemaman district basically is a rural district. It has it has 256,000 population. The main economic activities are oil and gas, fishery, agriculture. Basically, it is 4 hours drive from here. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us watch the video on Kemaman. Okay, the empowerment of rural community, including the Kemaman community as shown on the video a while ago, is very much important, as this empowerment will allow the community to have greater control of their own life, thus to upgrade their living standard. But how this empowerment can be done? And definitely there are many ways and means to achieve this rural empowerment. And one of the approach or means is via this smart community initiative by MCMC. And for your information, smart community project has been piloted in Kemaman district. It's the same district that shown on the video a while ago. And this pilot project was launched in August 2015. Why Kemaman was chosen for this for this smart community project? Because obviously it is a rural community, and the other reason was it has multiple elements to its replicability factor. This it will enable us to replicate the whole project in other communities. And for this smart community project in Kemaman, a total of 6 flagship projects had been identified and implemented. And shown on the screen are the main 5 flagship projects, namely Flood Management System, Hackathon, Kemaman Open Innovation Lab or COIL, Pusat Internet Satu Malaysia or One Malaysia Internet Center, and Lifelong Learning. Now let me briefly go through all these flagship projects one by one. First, Flood Management System. Kemaman is prone to flood, okay, especially at the year end. In fact, if you read the newspaper yesterday, it was reported that Kemaman was hit by flash flood. And this flood was so severe that it disrupts life and damage homes. So here, this flood management system was developed so that we can leverage on ICT in managing disaster. And this flood management system basically is a working outline and tactical flood management system. It covers pre-flood, during flood, and post-flood management. And this system comes with its own mobile apps where the local folks can download, and they can get the real-time updates about the flood situation in Kemaman, so they are more prepared for the floods. Hackathon is basically is a community event. It's a competition where the youths been invited to take part in a competition where they are requested to develop a mobile apps for the community. And here, in fact, the parents join their children in the competition, and most of the mobile apps produced is specifically for this Kemaman community. For example, mobile apps on agriculture, mobile apps for the entrepreneur, and so on. And another flagship project was Kemaman Open Innovation Lab, or in short, COIL. This center is basically to drive innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. And this COIL, this center, is supported by Telecom Innovation Center. It's a third party that has best practices on innovation. They are giving their support for this project in order to ensure the sustainability of this project. And other flagship project are entrepreneurship development at One Malaysia Internet Center, or in short, PIM. PIM is basically an extended internet center. I call it an extended internet center because the local folks, they can use this internet center, to learn about entrepreneur. They have mentoring session on this subject and so on. So not only they can use it to access internet, at this center, but they can do beyond that. And one of the important flagship project in this smart community framework in Kemaman is Lifelong Learning Flagship Project. And for this flagship project, OEM being an ODL university and also offering programs in lifelong learning has played its role. And why lifelong learning has been included in this framework? This is to ensure that the community comprising of different age groups and tech capabilities are ready to embrace technology and use it to its full potential. We are talking about creating a knowledge-based society through this lifelong learning flagship project. And in addition, in Malaysia, when it comes to human capital development, lifelong learning has been recognized as one of the pillars in addition to the normal school system and tertiary education. And I mentioned earlier in this lifelong learning flagship project, OEM has been given the prominent role, and our role is to develop this lifelong learning portal. And in this lifelong learning portal, a few interesting courses has been included, and these courses are based on the feedback or demand from the community. For example, lifelong learning, English, ICT modules, entrepreneur, Islamic studies, mathematics, and early childhood module. For this lifelong learning channel, what we did, we group all the external resources and we put it under appropriate team so that the community can search for the information easily. And when it comes to English, basically we are teaching them to pick up certain basic English words so that they can use it in their daily conversation. And when it comes to ICT module, we have put hundreds of video lectures for the subject like animation, mobile programming, and also for productivity tools. We also have included entrepreneurship subject. This is in order to complement the activities that are taking place in the One Malaysia Internet Center. Islamic Studies module has been included in order to bring the religious knowledge closer to the people. Mathematics module has been included in order to support numeracy among the children. And early childhood, this also was requested by the community, has been included as part of this portal. This is to educate the young parents on how to raise or educate their children. And most of these courses are hosted in our own LMS, My Inspire. My Inspire basically is a Moodle-based LMS, rebrand as My Inspire by putting in more functions and interactive tools. And it comes with its own learning analytics that enable us to monitor participants' performance. For those who are inactive, we can send, for example, private message to them. And I will go through some of the course components that we have included in this lifelong learning for each of these courses. E-module basically is a customized book or module that we have included, and it's basically developed, it's customized for adults using the appropriate instructional design techniques. We also have included video lecture for all the main topics for each of the courses that we have included in this portal. And one of the important platform here is this online forum. It's basically a synchronous platform, and this is the most popular among the participants. They have utilized this to discuss or to engage with their facilitators. And I will show you one of the messages posted by one of the participants, and her name is Farida. She's in her 40s, and this message was posted in May. She said, "I'm still doing business at a small scale. I'm afraid to expand my business. What should I do?" This is for this entrepreneurship subject. Maybe for us in Kuala Lumpur, this is a basic question, and for us, we just go to Google and we can get the answer. And there are so many ebooks out there. But for someone in Kemaman, it's a big thing, things that small, nothing for us, but for folks in Kemaman, is something, it's a challenge, for them to get information. And fortunately, our facilitator, the one in charge for this subject, were kind enough, to reply this message. So the impact that we are seeing is that, when they're posting questions like this and the reply given, so it's opening up their mind, and it gives the opportunity for them to explore new opportunities and possibilities. And if this tools portal is not here, and we don't have Farida in the system, there's no subject, and it means Farida will be in the same state of the old thinking, and she will be happy doing the current job she's doing, and no chance for her to upgrade a skill or knowledge. So portal like this has bring the folks in Kemaman closer to the expert, and all this done via this portal. And all these are unthinkable many years ago. But with this portal, we're trying to bridge the gap. And another component that we have included is the virtual classroom. It's unlike the online forum. This is basically real-time communication that can support between these users I mean the people in Kemaman, and also the facilitator. Of course, most of them don't have a good broadband access at home. So what they did, they will go to One Malaysia Internet Center, to access the portal. Okay, when it comes to strategy and implementation, so basically we have focused on roadshows, training of local champions, and also we have involved in direct recruitment. When it comes to roadshow, we have taken part in many community events. We have set up booths, for example, in Kemaman Youth Day, Kemaman Open Day, and also Kemaman Library Day. And here we create awareness, we educate the public about this portal and also the concept of lifelong learning. And we also train the local champions, because we may have a good portal, good system in place, but we need people on the ground to push this portal to create awareness, so that there will be more people in Kemaman will come and join in this program. And when it comes to training of local champions, what we did, we identified administrators, the one manning One Malaysia Center. We invited them, and then we trained them about this lifelong learning portal, the ways and the approach to use it, so that they can go back and they can educate and they can advocate the portal to the public. And we also had direct recruitments of participants through MCMC. They have helped us to recruit almost 300 participants, and these 300 participants were given, we have created the username for them, and then we monitor their progress. And of course, anyone in Kemaman can access the portal directly, but these 300 is specifically recruited in order, for us to monitor their performance, in order to get feedback from them. And we also hope one day these 300 participants will become the local champions, so that they will advocate this portal to others in their community. And a few months ago, we have conducted a survey among these 300 participants we have directly recruited. What we want is to know their feedback and opinion regarding this portal. And there are 5 close-ended questions that have been asked to them. For example, the first one, I will recommend the lifelong learning portal to my friends and family. So out of Likert scale of 1 to 4, so it was 3.1, which is a good response. The lifelong learning portal has had a positive impact on my career, 2.9, which is not so bad. Sometimes impact doesn't happen overnight. It was launched last year, so it could be, it will take a few more years, to have a good value, mean value. The lifelong learning portal has helped me in understanding the concept of lifelong learning. I've increased my knowledge and skills in certain topics through this lifelong learning portal. The lifelong learning portal helps me a lot in learning my favorite topics. So the last 3 questions, the response was good. So basically, the feedback was good, means we are on the right track, to achieve our objective. And let me run through some testimonials from the participants. Raja Azril Raja Sulong, he's an Islamic Affairs Officer. This is his feedback. Now I understand the importance of knowledge. My favorite course is Islamic Studies, as it gives me valuable religious knowledge. The course facilitator is also very helpful. The second one is Nurul Amalina Shahira. She is a school administrative assistant, and she said, there are many resources in the portal. My favorite course is English, as it helps me to improve the language. At least now I can understand some of the basic words used in daily conversation. And Amran Yahya, he is an operational assistant. He said, OEM's lifelong learning portal has given me plenty of benefits. Now I can search the appropriate information easily. Now let us hear the feedback from course facilitator who has conducted the early childhood module.
Hi, my name is Mahani binti Abdul Malik. I am a lecturer attached to Open University Malaysia, and I'm currently a lecturer at the Faculty of Education and Languages. In this lifelong learning smart community project for Kemaman, I was appointed as the facilitator for the early childhood e-course for family and community in early childhood education. This is actually an informal way of learning through online. Our materials are made interesting and easy, and we present them in many mediums such as video lectures, short video clips, and easy reading materials. In fact, I had the opportunity to interact with the local folks in Kemaman through online, where they actually discussed with me on certain issues that they were actually experiencing in their local community. This is actually a good way for me to expose the local folks to the importance of early childhood education and to take a keen interest in their children's development, activities, behavior and peer social skills in preschools, as this is important because it determines their success in life. I hope there will be further projects on this, as this is a good way for the university to share information and knowledge with the local folks, and I hope this will actually assist them in making their life better in the future. Thank you.
Okay, what next? Okay, so we are talking about replicability of the smart community to other area, and for information, MCMC has started to implement the smart community in the second phase in smart community Kota Belud in the state of Sabah, Ludu in the state of Sarawak, and also in Putrajaya. And here, most of the flagship projects that have been implemented in Kemaman will be repeated, will be replicated in these new areas. And since these new districts will have their own unique features, new projects, a new flagship project will be added. And definitely, lifelong learning flagship project will be also included in these new areas. So, smart community is a new way forward in nation's economic development. Lifelong learning, especially non-formal lifelong learning, is an important component in the smart community framework. And OEM has demonstrated its flexibility in taking part in this project, even though our focus is more on formal lifelong learning. But in this project, we have focus on non-formal lifelong learning, especially in bringing the education, learning to the community. And this smart community as a whole at one World Summit on the Information Society Prize, or in short WC's prize, in the category of Communication and Information Infrastructure category, for being awarded as for being top 5 best project in this category. So we at OEM very proud to have collaborated with MCMC on this smart community project in Kemaman. So with that, I end my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Nanda Kumar Subramaniam. Since there is no Q&A questions, for further details, you may visit the country's showcase booth at the exhibition area. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will now take a break. All are invited to have some refreshments served just outside.